Did you know the cheese you're eating could be the reason for your joint pain? It's a surprising fact most people don't know. However, the issue isn't the cheese itself, but how you eat it. I'll show you 5 simple rules to enjoy cheese without having to worry about joint pain. Hey everyone, Dr. Miller here. I've helped thousands of seniors find their way back to a life without constant pain. Before we dive in, please hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below to tell me what you'd love to do again if you were pain-free. Have you ever wondered if your favorite comfort food is quietly hurting you? Today, I want to tell you about Mary. Mary is a 72-year-old retired librarian from Boston. When she first walked into my office, she moved as if her knees were made of glass. She had this quiet, polite smile, but her eyes held a story of deep, daily pain. I'll never forget the first thing she said to me. "Doctor, it feels like my knees are constantly grinding, and every day is a little bit worse." Her biggest struggle? Her love for cheese. Today, I'm going to share with you 10 surprising facts that helped Mary discover how her favorite comfort food was actually a silent enemy to her joints, and how she learned to eat what she loved without the pain. 1. Cheese isn't the problem, but a common compound inside it is. When Mary and I first sat down, she told me, "Doc, I grew up with grilled cheese sandwiches. My comfort food is a slice of sharp cheddar on a cracker." She believed that dairy was the sole culprit. But I explained it like this. "Mary, your joints are like delicate gears. They need smooth, clean oil to work properly. When you eat certain types of cheese, it's like throwing tiny bits of sand into those gears." The science behind this is fascinating. Harvard Health reports that casein, a protein found in dairy, can trigger an inflammatory response in some people. This inflammation is like an internal fire, and for Mary, it was burning right in her knees. This isn't a one-size-fits-all problem. It's about understanding your body's unique reaction. Safety warning. Cutting out dairy completely can lead to a calcium deficiency. Always talk to your doctor before making major dietary changes, especially if you have osteoporosis. Actionable tip. Don't quit cheese cold turkey. Start with an elimination diet. Cut out all cheese for 2 weeks. Then reintroduce a small amount and see how your knees feel. This simple test will tell you everything you need to know. 2. It's about quality, not quantity. Mary used to buy the cheapest block of cheddar she could find. I showed her a picture of the ingredients list on the back of her favorite processed cheese. It was a long list of chemicals and preservatives. I told her, "Mary, think of your body as a high-performance car. Would you put cheap, diluted fuel in it? No, you'd use the best. Processed cheese is like watered-down gasoline for your body." A study published in the Journal of Inflammation Research found that highly processed foods, which often contain industrial fats and additives, can increase inflammatory markers in the body by as much as 40%. The additives and artificial colors are especially problematic. Safety warning. Be wary of low-fat or diet cheeses. They often compensate for the lack of fat with high amounts of sodium and stabilizers, which can be just as bad for inflammation. Actionable tip. Next time you're at the store, look for cheese that has a short ingredient list. Ideally, just milk, salt, and enzymes. Opt for grass-fed or organic varieties when you can. These simple swaps can make a huge difference. 3. Fermented cheese is your friend. One day, Mary told me, "Doc, I love my cheese plate, but it just hurts too much now." I asked her, "What kind of cheese do you usually have?" She listed off her usual favorites: American, shredded mozzarella, and some simple cheddar slices. I explained to her, "Mary, your gut is like the foundation of your house. If the foundation is weak, the whole house starts to shake. Some cheeses can help build that foundation, while others can tear it down." Certain fermented cheeses, like Swiss, aged Parmesan, and Gruyere, contain probiotics. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition published a review highlighting how probiotics can help reduce systemic inflammation by promoting a healthy gut microbiome. A healthier gut means a calmer immune system, and that can lead to less knee pain. Safety warning: if you have an existing lactose intolerance, these cheeses might still cause discomfort. Start with very small amounts to see how your body reacts. Actionable tip: try adding a small slice of aged Parmesan to your pasta or a small piece of Swiss cheese to your salad. The strong flavor means a little goes a long way. 4. Calcium needs a partner. Mary had read that calcium was good for bones, so she thought eating more cheese was the solution, but the pain just got worse. I explained, "Mary, think of calcium as a builder. It needs to know where to go. Without a good foreman, the builder might start putting bricks in the wrong place. That foreman is vitamin D and K2. Harvard Health's Osteoporosis Center highlights that vitamin D is essential for absorbing calcium, while vitamin K2 directs that calcium to your bones and teeth, preventing it from being deposited in your arteries or soft tissues, including your joints. Without these two, all that calcium from cheese can just float around and potentially cause more issues. Safety warning: vitamin K2 can interfere with blood-thinning medications like warfarin. If you are on this type of medication, speak to your doctor before taking any vitamin K2 supplements. Actionable tip: get 15 to 20 minutes of sun exposure each day to help your body produce vitamin D. For vitamin K2, try adding a tablespoon of fermented foods like sauerkraut or natto to your diet, or a small piece of hard cheese like Gouda. 5. Your body has a cheese tolerance level. Mary would sometimes have a cheese and wine night with her friends. She'd eat a bunch of different cheeses at once and feel terrible the next day. I said, "Mary, your body's ability to process cheese is like a small bathtub. You can fill it up a little bit at a time, but if you turn on the faucet all the way, it will overflow. And for you, that overflow ends up in your knees." The body's ability to produce the lactase enzyme, which breaks down lactose, declines with age. This is a natural process. The National Institute of Health reports that up to 65% of the adult population has some form of lactose malabsorption. This can lead to bloating, digestive issues, and, for some, increased inflammation. Safety warning: listen to your body. If you feel bloated, gassy, or achy after eating cheese, it might be a sign that you've hit your limit. Actionable tip: don't have cheese with every meal. Designate 1 or 2 meals a week as your cheese meals and stick to that. This will give your body time to process it and reduce the overall inflammatory load. 6. The cheese coma is real. Mary would often eat a large serving of cheese in the evening and then wake up stiff and sore. She thought it was just because she was getting older. I explained, "Mary, when you eat a heavy fatty food like cheese right before bed, your body has to work overtime to digest it. Instead of using the night to repair your joints, it's focused on a digestive battle. It's like trying to rebuild a house while a party is still going on inside." A study in the Journal of Sleep Research shows that heavy, fatty meals consumed close to bedtime can disrupt sleep architecture, preventing your body from entering deep, reparative sleep cycles. Poor sleep is directly linked to higher levels of inflammation and pain. Safety warning: it's not just about cheese. Any heavy processed food before bed can have the same effect. Be mindful of what you eat in the hours leading up to sleep. Actionable tip: try to have your last meal at least 3 hours before you go to bed. If you need a snack, opt for something light and anti-inflammatory, like a handful of almonds or a small bowl of berries. 7. Hydration is the secret ingredient. Mary wasn't a big water drinker. She mostly drank tea and coffee. Her knees were always creaking, and she thought it was just part of getting old. I told her, "Mary, your cartilage is like a sponge. It needs to be filled with water to stay plump and cushion your joints. If it dries out, it becomes thin and brittle, and every step you take is bone on bone. The Orthopedic Journal of Sports Medicine emphasizes that cartilage is 80% water. Proper hydration is critical for maintaining its elasticity and shock-absorbing properties. Dehydration is a leading cause of joint stiffness and pain. Safety warning. If you're on diuretics for blood pressure, be sure to talk to your doctor about your hydration needs. Actionable tip. Keep a large glass or bottle of water with you at all times. Set a timer to remind yourself to drink every hour. For a little flavor, add a slice of lemon or cucumber. 8. The power of a rainbow plate. Mary's plate was usually brown and beige, a piece of meat, potatoes, and a slice of cheese. She wasn't getting enough vitamins from fruits and vegetables. I said, "Mary, think of your plate as a canvas. The more colors you paint on it, reds, greens, purples, the more powerful your painting becomes. These colors are not just pretty. They're filled with natural anti-inflammatory compounds that fight pain." According to the National Institute of Arthritis and Musculoskeletal and Skin Diseases, antioxidants found in colorful fruits and vegetables help neutralize free radicals that cause cellular damage and inflammation. Adding a variety of colors to your diet is one of the most effective ways to naturally manage joint pain. Safety warning. If you're taking blood thinners, be cautious with large amounts of dark leafy greens, as they are high in vitamin K. Actionable tip. Challenge yourself to add one new color to your plate each day. A handful of blueberries for breakfast, a side of steamed broccoli for lunch, or a bright red bell pepper in your salad. 9. Move it or lose it. Mary was a retired librarian, so she spent a lot of time sitting down. Her knees were in constant pain, and she was afraid that exercise would make it worse. I explained to her, "Mary, your joints are like rusty barn doors. If you don't open and close them, they will seize up completely. Gentle movement is the oil that keeps them working smoothly." The Arthritis Foundation strongly recommends light, low-impact exercise for joint pain. Activities like walking, swimming, and cycling help lubricate the joints, strengthen the muscles that support them, and improve flexibility without putting too much stress on the knees. Safety warning. Don't push through sharp, stabbing pain. That is your body's signal to stop. Listen to your body and start slowly. Actionable tip. Start with a simple 10-minute walk every day. Walk around your living room or your yard. Focus on slow, deliberate steps. Over time, you can gradually increase the duration. 10. The secret spice for happy knees. Mary loved her food, but was hesitant to try new things. She was used to a simple salt and pepper seasoning. I said, "Mary, think of your body's inflammation as a fire. You can use medicine to put it out, but what if you could use a natural fire extinguisher right from your kitchen? That's what spices like turmeric are." A study in the Journal of Medicinal Food showed that curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, has powerful anti-inflammatory effects comparable to some over-the-counter anti-inflammatory drugs. It helps block the molecules that trigger inflammation in the body. Safety warning. Turmeric can act as a natural blood thinner. If you're on blood thinning medication, consult your doctor before using large amounts or supplements. Actionable tip. Try my anti-inflammatory golden paste recipe. Mix 1 teaspoon of turmeric powder with a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and a teaspoon of olive oil or coconut oil. Add this to your scrambled eggs, soup, or a warm glass of milk. The black pepper and oil are crucial for absorption. So today, Mary is back to doing what she loves. She's leading story time at her local library again, and she's walking with her grandchildren through the park without a limp. Her knees still creak sometimes, but she's in control, and the daily grinding pain is gone. Mary's journey wasn't about giving up cheese completely. It was about making smart choices. She learned to 1. Identify inflammatory triggers like casein. 2. Prioritize high-quality, minimally processed cheeses. 3. Use fermented cheeses to support her gut health. 4. Pair calcium with vitamins D and K2 for bone strength. 5. Understand her body's personal cheese tolerance level. 6. Avoid heavy fatty meals right before bed. 7. Stay properly hydrated to support her cartilage. 8. Eat the rainbow to get powerful antioxidants. 9. Keep her joints lubricated with gentle daily movement. And finally, use anti-inflammatory spices like turmeric. What is your biggest goal, or the one thing you dream of doing again, that's being held back by joint pain? Is it dancing, hiking, or just a simple walk with your family? Share it in the comments below. If this story helped you, please type yes in the comments. I read every single one of them. Next week, I'll share how your stomach acid might be the secret reason behind your recurring back pain and what you can do about it naturally.